Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another Premier League live match review by myself as Chelsea finally got back to winning ways and picked up the 3 points against Burnley with a very convincing 2-0 home victory with goals by two defenders, at least one actual defender in Cesar Azpilicueta, and then Marcos Alonso, the alibi defender, but still officially a defender. Got a goal on his return, and what a goal that was as well. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Marcos Alonso, but that was a bloody good goal. Of course, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV, smash the like button on this video. This helps us push these videos out to more people and cheers me up even more. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my personal channel, on which I'll be doing an in-depth analysis of this video tomorrow, and I do like previews and other things with guests all over the shop. Can't think of his name. Alex Goldberg should actually be coming onto my channel tomorrow, so definitely tune in for that. That'd be appreciated. Subscribe. That'd be sick. The link is just if you click my name in the title or in the description below, or the link to my channel is also further down in the description below. So just do that. And just quickly before getting into the actual review, let me shout out today's sponsors, which of course, as you can see everywhere on the screen, is OneFootball. And if you don't know, OneFootball, well, kind of what you're doing in all honesty, because they're absolutely sick. Like the name suggests, it is a football app. It is a football app where you can get all of the latest football news from pretty much all around the world, from pretty much every team all around the world. And that's transfer news as well as like live score updates. Of course, from every goal, you get the lineups, you get, the live scores, the goal scorers, you get match, like player ratings after every game. It's brilliant. And they also have, did I just skip one of my thingies here? Anyway, they also have this cool like light, basically, or indicator light that shows you the likelihood of a certain transfer happening, which of course is very interesting, especially probably not so much this January, but especially for the summer. That would be sick for Chelsea. So definitely get involved. Get all of the news straight to your phone, including all of the transfer rumors, especially from Chelsea, but of course every other team around the world and every other league around the world as well. Like I said, live score updates and of course all the other news straight, all in one app, straight to your phone. It's honestly brilliant. I can only recommend downloading it with the link down in the description below. It's literally the first line in the description. So we'd really appreciate them sponsoring us. And like I said, it's just a really good app that honestly everyone should have on their phone. So go down below, download the OneFootball app with our link right now. But enough of that, let's get into the game. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat and want to make sure that I see your chat message, don't hesitate to use the super chat function. But of course, you absolutely do not have to. Any which way, let's get into the team. And let's get into the team by, I guess, starting with the lineup, which was another lineup that I wasn't 100% convinced by. I won't lie, lineups have certainly excited me more than another three at the back system. I'm like, really? Do you know what I mean? And then, of course, still Edouard Mendy, the same back three of Azpilicueta as the right side centre-back, Thiago Silva as the central centre-back, and Antonio Rudiger as the left side centre-back. Then a double pivot of Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho. Marcos Alonso coming back instead of Ben Chilwell as the left wing-back. Callum Hudson-Odoi keeping his spot as the right wing-back. And then we had a kind of a front three with Werner on the left-hand side as kind of an inside left and, inside forward, if you will. Mason Mount doing that on the right, but of course a little bit deeper. And Tammy Abraham started up top. As you can see on the bench as well, we had N'Golo Kante there, who was back, presumably not fully fit, while Hakim Ziyech wasn't actually in the squad at all. And Thomas Tuchel actually confirming that, he's just been a bit overworked the last 5 weeks. So to make sure he doesn't get injured, we just left him out for this one to make sure he's good from now going forward, which I think is a smart idea. And his explanation for Alonso was like, well, Burnley will play a lot of long balls. We will need a bit more strength in the air, both for defending set pieces and in open play. And that's why I brought him. To me, if that's the only reason, why don't you just play Zuma instead of Azpi? If it's just about aerial ability, because the difference between Azpi and Zuma on the ball is about as big as Chilwell and Alonso. But I say that, Marcos Alonso scored. And Marcos Alonso scored a brilliant goal. That's about the only good thing he did all game. But still, that was a brilliant goal. And, certainly a goal that helped us, because you always need that second goal to get you over the line and, not making it too stressful. No one wants to make it too stressful. And talking about the game, going into the game, I mean, we weren't quite as aggressive as we were against Wolves. We weren't quite so hard on the counter press, but we still dominated everything. I mean, Burnley had one shot and none on target, and that came in. Let me just get the stats up completely. Yeah, they had one shot and none on target, and that was like an injury time, I think, from a corner that they headed over the bar. So we had complete control. Like, we toyed with them realistically. But we're still getting there, and that's why my thumbnail says we're getting better and better. We're not like incredible from day one, right? We will get there eventually. And but things are slowly but surely improving. I thought Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho both had brilliant performances, even though Jorginho had one very dodgy pass early on. And yeah, we had a few struggles in the first few minutes of the game. Hudson-Odoi's crosses weren't really coming off, other than one to Werner. Werner just doing Werner things, honestly. But, we were getting closer and closer and closer. Mason Mount had a few shots from distance. Sadly, he went under them, all of them, and put all of them in row Z. That wasn't exactly brilliant. But in general, I thought he played perfectly well. I thought he played perfectly well. Don't really know why that's happening, but anyway, where was I? I forgot where I was. Yeah, we had those situations with Mount. We had a couple of moments where maybe we could have done a little bit more with. We had a moment where Callum Hudson-Odoi had the ball on the right, but didn't quite get a good enough shot on target. We had a few crosses that we didn't get on the end of, or Nick Pope also doing well to catch a couple of them or save a couple of them. And probably the biggest chance we had in the first half until we scored was a nice ball by Jorginho over to Marcos Alonso at the far post, who seemingly couldn't really decide whether he wanted to go for a goal or wanted to lay it off. Seemingly in the end went for more of a layoff to the far post, but then Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount kind of jumped into each other rather than doing anything positive, to be honest. So that was a little bit frustrating and annoying, I guess. But in the 40th minute, we did finally get a goal, and that was a very good goal. I will tell you guys, that was a very good goal, which I was extremely happy with, actually. Because it started from a throw-in very far back into our own half, a Marcos Alonso throw-in, playing kind of a 1-2 with Jorginho, who then turned, found a beautiful pass, beautifully weighted forward pass to Mason Mount, who carried the ball high up the pitch, put it wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who then waited for the run of Azpi in behind, but, making every defender busy, so Azpi was completely unmarked, laid it, squared it kind of to Azpilicueta, who just smashed it in from 7 or 8 yards, just smashed it in between the goalkeeper and the post. Beautiful finish. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant goal. I was very, very pleased with it. And people saying it's copy-paste Conte tactics clearly haven't watched a single game from Chelsea under Antonio Conte, to be honest. Because, absolutely not. But, there is still positives to Conte's tactics, even though I wasn't the biggest fan. We're still doing good things. We're not quite there in the final third, because the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half were a bit slow, a bit dead, nothing really much happening. I felt like we were trying to get Burnley to come out of their shells a little bit, to find a little bit more space. But then that didn't really happen. And we also made a change at half-time, actually, as Christian Pulisic came on to replace Tammy Abraham. And that actually also forced a change of formation, which some people might not have noticed, because we actually went from a 4-3-3 or from a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1 more to a 3-4-1-2 with Mason Mount more as a clear number 10 and then a front two of Werner and Pulisic, meaning Mason Mount was a lot more central, had a lot more freedom, and that also opened up his ability so much more. He was controlling the entire game. He was playing passes everywhere. Not all of them perfect, but he was dominating the game all by himself in the second half. Honestly, brilliant. Honestly, bloody brilliant. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I got you with these fools. Yeah, thank you, Kino. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, everyone that's new here, by the way, please be sure to subscribe. Smash the like button, subscribe to my personal channel, to which the link is just in the title. Just click my name, that'd be sick. And of course, if you have anything to add that you really want me to read out, don't hesitate to use the super chat function. But yeah, obviously we scored the goal in the 40th minute through Azpi, brilliant goal. And then, like I said, early bit of the second half, bit slow, after that change, but Pulisic helped us more and more, and generally the formation changed because Tammy had a poor first half. I won't lie, as much as I like him. We got better and better and better. Callum Hudson-Odoi hit the post with a deflected shot, which just about didn't go in. And then we had a couple of moments, I think another cross by him, actually. It wasn't by Reece James. We had a few moments where we really could have done a little bit more with. Didn't quite happen. And then we made another sub as Callum Hudson-Odoi was replaced by Reece James, who forced a good save by Nick Pope very early on, had a couple of good crosses as well. One almost led to an own goal by Ben Mee, and Nick Pope did actually really well to save it. And then eventually, let me just get the minute right for you guys. In the 84th minute, Marcos Alonso stepped up to the plate and scoring an absolutely brilliant goal. Actually involved in the build-up himself as well, with Christian Pulisic playing the ball out wide to Pulisic and moved to the left. He put it back into Alonso. Not even that great of a ball, to be honest. Alonso controlled it again with the top of his thigh. And then on the turn, on the volley, smashed it against kind of the underside of the bar, against the roof of the net. And then it went against the post or the side netting on the other side. Brilliant finish. What a hit. What a hit, Mr. Marcos Alonso. Fair bloody play, honestly. Then I was saying, Roberto Carlos, come outside. We just want to talk. Yeah, honestly. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It honestly have been like that. It was honestly crazy. I'm telling you guys. It was a crazy goal, and I was very, very happy with it. Of course, it's not ideal that to have you send up your defenders scoring all of your goals. You don't want to have to rely on that all of the time. And those went out. Azpi was a 14th different goal scorer this season, and Alonso was actually a 15th different goal scorer this season. And to be honest, we already kind of heard rumours last night that Marcos Alonso would start. As much as I wasn't particularly pleased about it, we already heard those rumours. So, you know, I can't really complain about it too much. But I said, as soon as I heard he's starting, sorry, just retweeting the tweet of this live stream. As soon as I heard he's starting, I said he's going to score today. He's absolutely going to score today, and that means he probably will start against Spurs. But he might score again, and after that, he'll start playing worse again, and then Tuchel will realise that, and then we won't see the light of day again. So, you know, I was happy. You can't really complain. We got 2 goals. We played well. We should have scored a lot more goals. We could have had 3, 4, 5 goals, to be honest, especially come the hour mark in the second half. We had loads of chances that we could have done a little bit better with. And the link-up play, especially between Mason Mount and Hudson-Odoi, was great. Jorginho and Kovacic dominated that midfield. Their passing became more progressive than it kind of ever has been. Than it has been on the Sardi, than it has been on the Frank. So many more forward passes. Kovacic being very aggressive with his switch plays, with trying to go through the middle. Very pleased, to be honest. Very, very pleased with both of these guys. Incredibly happy with Thiago Silva, of course, as well. Azpi, even though it's little bit of a struggle very early in the game, same as Hudson-Odoi, like I touched on, got better and better and better. And really had a couple of good tackles too. His long balls weren't that great, but still, overall, I was very, very pleased. So I can't really complain. Like, what can you possibly complain about when the team wins 2-0? That's what we needed. You know, I said this before the game on my channel yesterday. What we need is a win. Yes, of course, we want to start playing better and this and that, but that will come with time. Thomas Tuchel, I know this was his second game, right? But he's still only been in charge for 5 days. And one of those days was also a recovery day from the Wolves game. So you can't expect crazy things. From Spurs, I'm starting to expect a tiny bit more, but, you know, give it a month and then we'll start to see a little bit more of an imprint and a fingerprint by Thomas Tuchel than we already are, if you will. Because, you know, he's a great manager. He's a very good manager. They might fall out with boards, but as a coach, he's absolutely unbelievable. And he knows what he's doing. And he knows what he's doing. I mean, he does crazy things like making the defenders train with tennis balls in their hands so they can't grab, you know, the attackers, whether it's by the shirt or by the arm or whatever. He made them train with tiny footballs yesterday or 2 days ago, just to get a bit more of a touch, a bit more of a feel, make training a bit more fun and not so like repetitive and stuff. And also, like, he cuts off the football pitch to like into triangles to force diagonal runs, which, you know, it's just things that I like to see and I just enjoy it. He talks to players individually, and you know, so far it's also 2 games and we haven't conceded a goal yet. 2 more clean sheets for Edouard Mendy. So I can't really complain. And I mean, we literally stopped Burnley from doing anything today. They had 1 shot that wasn't on target, and that was in the injury time, I think, like in the 92nd minute or whatever. Like, we really did really, really well. And don't forget, I mean, people forget, say, oh, it's only Burnley and this and that. Burnley just beat Liverpool at Anfield. The first Premier League team to beat Liverpool at Anfield in 68 games. I don't care whether Liverpool have Van Dijk injured and whoever else they have injured, right? They're still the first team to have to beat them in 68 games at Anfield in the Premier League. And we just got to beat them. They also won at Arsenal. They had good results in other top games as well. They recently beat Aston Villa, who are in unbelievable form. So Burnley are not... Yeah, he is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Shout out to Lewis, by the way. Shout out to Lewis. And if you're watching both streams at once, first off, pick up yourselves and, you know, say hello to him from me. What was I trying to say? I forgot what I was trying to say, to be honest. I don't know. I will find it. I will find it. Just stick around. I will find it. Give me half a second, right? Give me half a second. Oh yeah, Burnley are a good team. Just because they're just Burnley and they, you know, don't play exactly the fanciest style of football, they're a good team. They're a good team and they know what they're doing. Sean Dyche is one of the best managers in the league, in my opinion. Not a fancy, you know, manager, but a good manager, a really good manager. And it's not easy to beat them. Of course, we were somewhat fortunate Ashley Barnes wasn't fit for the game. But hey, you know, we did what we had to do, got a clean sheet, got 2 goals. And yes, I want to see a forward starting to score. Pulisic had a close one as well, assisted by Hudson-Odoi too. So, you know, we could have scored more. We definitely could have scored more. We should have scored more. And I want Tammy and Giroud and Werner and Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi and who else is there? And Mount and Havertz. I want these guys, Ziyech when he's in the squad again. I want these guys to get goals. But while they didn't, well, we will... You know, other people will score the goals. You can look at it in 2 different ways, really. The fact that we have 15 different goal scorers already this season is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good sign in terms of we don't depend on anyone in particular so much, but also you don't have a out-and-out clear goal scorer, which is sometimes a little bit of an issue. And here we have another donation, which I really do appreciate by Not even sure how to pronounce your name, bro. But I appreciate the 20 Norwegian crowns, if I'm not mistaken. On my mother, Timo is playing against us, bro. Honestly, he is. And obviously I have to watch Sky Germany here, right? And the commentator was, it's a really difficult ball, bro. He hit it with the inside of his shin and hit it against his other foot. I will say, Timo wasn't like all awful, right? He had a few good moments where he took a shot. I mean, he didn't get the shot off the ground. He shot a bit like a 5-year-old. But the most promising thing to me about Werner today was honestly the one header he had, which he didn't get past Nick Pope. It was a decent header, best header I've seen him play all season, to be honest. So I can't really be too upset with that personally. I think there is positives to come, and I'm very sure, 100% sure that Thomas Tuchel will get Timo Werner firing again and will get him to score goals. Which at the end of the day, is kind of what you want, isn't it now? It's kind of what you want. Can't really ask for more than him scoring goals and him getting firing. And I also like there was a bit of rotation. There was a bit of stability at the back. Not the kind of stability in the players that I personally like. But hey, when it's working, it's working. So you can't really complain too much. But we changed out the entire front three after we didn't score against Wolves. I guess this front three didn't score either. But Mason Mount is just incredibly good at football. Yeah, in the first half, he had moments where he should have done better, especially the shots. But the way he pulls the game onto him, the way he just decides to come on the game, whether now that was Frank Lampard in charge or whether it's Thomas Tuchel in charge, the way he turns with the ball is unbelievable. Yes, sometimes a little bit of timing issues with the final ball or whatever, and like I said, the shooting, but his involvement in the game, his link up with Callum Hudson-Odoi, it's beautiful to see. And the guy's only just turned 22. Like, don't underestimate how good Mason Mount, how good he will be. And Callum Hudson-Odoi the same. Struggled a bit at the beginning of the game, but worked hard to get himself into it. Kind of hesitated to take players on one-on-one, but got into doing that more and more and more as the game went on. I mean, there was you even heard Robbie Brady, the kind of left mid or whatever, of Burnley, Sean Dyche having a discussion with him saying, Robbie, wake up, you need to be on Hudson-Odoi. And he's like, I know where he is. I just can't stop him. What do you want me to do? And that's like, when the opposition says that about you, that's, when you're absolutely playing well. That's when you're playing well. And, it's positive. It's a positive. It's what you want to see. It's what you want to hear, really. In my opinion, it is anyway. And so Hudson-Odoi, brilliant. Mason Mount, brilliant. Tammy Abraham, poor. I will say Tammy Abraham, poor, but no worse than Olivier Giroud was against Wolves. Honestly, no worse. In my opinion, arguably even worse. Actually, Giroud was, but as in, that's what I meant. But yeah, Pulisic came on, did okay. Still needs to find his final touch in his goal-scoring boots, because could have scored a couple again, in my opinion, really could have done. But it didn't quite happen for him, and fair enough, can't really complain too much. Because we won, and now we need to just move forward. It was Sunday early kickoff now. Our next game is on Thursday, obviously against Tottenham. And so we have a little bit of recovery time. We have a little bit of training time for Tuchel to implement a few more things that he enjoys, right? So that is something positive. That is something I'm extremely looking forward to. And we just need to go on a run now. We have Wolves, Tottenham now. We got that first win under Tuchel. Let's beat Tottenham. Let's see. I don't even know who we play after this. Newcastle, maybe? I think so. So it's just good. Like, I'm just happy actually by my the app I'm using. Actually, Jorginho was given the highest player rating, so kind of the man of the match or whatever. So let me just get up what other apps have said. What other apps have can't talk. You can't talk too much, can you? You absolutely can't talk too much when you're a mug like myself. Let me just get up here. I'm just trying to get something up here that's not quite happening for me the way I would like. Yeah, it's not really working. But anyway, Jorginho got an 8.0 rating, which fair play. And like I said, I thought him and Mateo Kovacic both were brilliant. Mason Mount as well. Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. I'm honestly just pleased. And guys, if you want to... Sofa score was Mount. Okay, fair. Cheers. And if you just want to throw in any more questions, any things that you want me to touch on, let me know. Mount and Zia should start against Spurs. I could see where you're coming from. I would argue maybe it should be Mount and Havertz, but we'll have to wait and see. First of all, will we play the same formation again? And then who do you start up front? I'm not sure I want Werner up front, but neither Tammy nor Giroud kind of made themselves start up front. So that's a bit of a tricky one. I tweeted at the beginning Alonso would score, and he did. Yeah, no, same. I did the same. Edouard Mendy for the win. I mean, his passing out from the back wasn't brilliant, but in general, he was good. Is Werner that bad? He kind of is. Tuchel, man of the match. Tuchel was good. Kane might be out for the game. Kane is most likely out for the game as far as I'm aware. Jorginho cover, who to bench for Kante? Well, right now in their form, neither, personally. I mean, Tuchel will, but the way they've played the last 2 games, you can't really drop either of them. Louis saying, Thiago Silva was insane. Every time the ball was near him, he just won it back so easily. He did. He honestly dominated the living hell out of Chris Wood. He honestly did. And Chris Wood is a big man and a big forward. Of course, it helped that they didn't have Ashley Barnes like I touched on already, but Thiago Silva has absolutely no issues. As in no issues with the Premier League and these, oh, can you do it against Burnley and whatever else? Absolutely. No, I was talking about Mendy's Cruyff turn. Yeah, that was big up. True. Later on, Mendy put out a Cruyff turn to mug off the attacker and try to, press him, I guess. But yeah, I completely agree with you guys. Silva was immense. Aspi was good. Obviously got a great goal, like I said. Rudiger had good moments, especially in the second half. A couple more defensive things he had to do. Great tackles. Touched on Jorginho and Kovacic. Both were really immense, in my opinion, today. Mason Mount, amazing. Callum Hudson-Odoi, amazing. Alonso really didn't do much. Alonso didn't do much wrong other than never crossing, because I don't think he played a single good cross today. And he only even attempted 1 or 2 or 3 maybe. So, that is a negative to him, and he doesn't keep the ball well. He slows it down way more than Chile does, but he got that great goal. So fair play. But also, people say that as if Chile hasn't scored 4 goals this season or 5 in all competitions. Like, don't say it like that. Chile has also scored goals. Like, I'm just saying. And Alonso did play a couple of games at the start and didn't score. So, don't underestimate these things. Don't ignore these things, please. But yeah, Werner, Abraham, still struggling, but I'm confident that Tuchel will eventually get the best out of them. I'm really hopeful about that. Joe is Tuchel's son, and I love it. He's finally been used to his full ability. I don't think it's his full ability, actually, because he's playing so far out wide, but I have no complaints with him. And I agree. If Mason Mount was Frank Lampard's son, so far, Callum Hudson-Odoi is certainly Thomas Tuchel's son. But I also think that Thomas Tuchel would have been incredibly impressed by Mason Mount today. I think so. And I think he's also happy with a lot of other players. I think Reece James came on off the bench and did incredibly well, almost equally as well as Callum Hudson-Odoi. Of course, less direct towards goal and more towards the assist, but still playing incredibly well. You don't just get Reece James's physical strength. And I think eventually, give it a few weeks, eventually Thomas Tuchel will realize, okay, I have to play Reece James. And maybe that will make him go away from the 3 at the back, because you can't not play Reece James. For now, it's fine. Like, it's his first few games in charge, and I understand it. I respect it. It's fine, right? But eventually, we will have to absolutely do that. And use it. Werner needs to learn how to touch the ball for sure. Alonso is better than Emerson any day, any time. Disagree with this, other than in scoring. We're getting top 4. I agree with this. By 2021, I agree with this. Big up, mate. I'm an Arsenal fan. Throwback to the old days. Ozil, Sanchez versus Hazard and Costa. Yeah, big up yourself. That was good days, especially when we won. When you won, I didn't enjoy it. Players that defines Chelsea, Mount and Aspi. Yeah, not wrong. To be fair, even Marcos Alonso went up and was holding the crest up like that and the badge. But to me, it's like, when certain reports, if they're any sort of to be believed, getting rid of Frank Lampard or helping that situation of getting rid of him and then holding up the badge, maybe he was just trying to please fans. And hey, it worked, fair play. Ben Chilwell or Alonso for Spurs? Ben Chilwell, because against Spurs, we need to be better defensively, personally. Especially without Kane, they won't really have much in the air, but they will also play long balls and pace, and hence why definitely Chilwell for me. Remember me, Lawrence? Emerson's still better than Alonso. Yeah, put some respect on Alonso. Actually, I don't remember you. I'm sorry, bro. But yes, Emerson is better than Alonso. Man of the match, I think would have to go to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi, even though he didn't score, he assisted the first goal. I think Mason Mount was probably a close second alongside Jorginho and Kovacic. But because, Hudson-Odoi had the assist and Mount had those poor shots that he should have done a bit better with, that's why I would go Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, Mount was class. Best player this season. I love the guy so much, man. So good at spinning players. Honestly, he really is. He really is. Although, in my opinion, overall, Reece James is not far off Mason in terms of this season, if not equally as good. I've always backed Alonso today. He has proved that quality fullback. No. A fullback. Maybe you mean fullback. If you meant fullback, no. If you meant fullback, fair enough. Thoughts on Jorginho? I thought it was brilliant today. I thought it was brilliant, especially with his involvement in the build-up to the first goal. Very happy. Didn't slow the play down. Good combination play with Kovacic, won the ball back a number of times. So very pleased with everyone today. Honestly, very, very happy with everyone. He had acres of space, made a difference. Yeah, of course he had acres of space, but that's kind of the positive you get when playing this formation, definitely. How did Pulisic play? He came on and did good, assisted the Alonso goal, don't forget. But definitely could have scored 1 or 2 and could have done a bit better with that. But hey, we have to improve, and we will improve. We absolutely will be. He will improve. Alonso's goal for goal of the month, yeah, for sure. I haven't seen every goal this month, but has to be up there. It's the heart of every Chelsea attack. Yeah, I agree. Mason Mount definitely is. Alonso should play 9. To be honest, guys, right? Tammy wasn't good today. Giroud was awful against against Wolves, and Werner wasn't good today either, whether he was as an inside left or whether he was as a striker. So might as well start Alonso up top. I think he will do a job. Really good runs like he's on the tiptoes, and Timo made so many runs that were ignored. That is true. Timo did make a lot of runs that were ignored, but Timo also makes runs that aren't always at the best time, and are at a time when the pass to him would be incredibly difficult. Not always, but sometimes. What happened to Abraham? Well, the same thing that happened to Giroud against Wolves. They didn't have good games. It happens, all right? Relax. Seems like there is no room for Kante. Well, at the moment, it honestly do feel like that. It honestly don't feel like that. I'm not trying to click that. It's worrying that Chelsea can get a lot better. It's scary. I don't know for who it's scary. I'm just excited by it. I'm just excited. Have James Havertz, Silva lost their place? No, I think in terms of Havertz, he just tried out the other couple of forwards, and then for the next few games, he will decide on his favourite two behind the striker, and also he has to touch trying the striker. Chilwell, I think, will play against Tottenham. And James, I think, for now, yes, but eventually we'll change system, and then Reece James and Callum will both play. I think that's that. So also getting up on Meccano, decent player, not as good as people make him out to be. I think go for Mark Way might as well be the same thing. Should James be playing at CM? Well, with how Kovacic and Jorginho played today, I would personally probably say no, to be honest. Kante position is secured, no worries. Tuchel loves the guy. He does love him, but you know. Oh, big up, Leeds. Go on yourself. Maybe I can't say this, Chelsea fan, but still, it's what I like to see. Everyone dropping points. I hope so. Kai actually looks good. Yeah, I agree. Kai looked good both against Wolves. Probably his best game for us since the Burnley game, definitely. And when he came on today, it would look decent as well. Not saying Alonso is better, but Chilwell and Emerson ain't scoring that. No, true, but Chilwell has scored plenty of goals this season as well. Do you think Havertz and Werner play well? No. Havertz, yes. Werner, no. Could we see Ziyech playing in the middle from now, considering how well Cho did on the right side? I mean, it depends on which formation we go with. In a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1, 3-4-1-2. Tricky to see where Ziyech, like, I don't know, but they're not really competing against each other in that system, it seems. Yeah, you know, Silva was definitely absolute monster today, without a doubt. We build a team nobody wants to play against. Yeah, I mean, we're stopping a team that won at Anfield and at the Emirates from even having a shot on target. So I think we did absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Kova was sick. Abraham needs muscle. I don't think that was the issue today. He just didn't have a good day. You know, same with Giroud, didn't have a good day against Wolves. It is what it is. Gilmour, if given a chance, would be great on the Tuchel. I don't think at this point, the fact that he wasn't in the squad again, I think Gilmour might be loaned out tomorrow, which is the last day of the transfer window, of course. I think he might be. I'm not 100% sure, but he might be. Also because Billy will push for that himself, because, of course, he wants to be in the Scotland squad for the Euros in the summer. So, you know, I think that might happen. Burnley were certainly afraid to play us. Yeah, true. Second CS for Tuchel. Yep. For Thomas. Yeah. Second clean sheet for Thomas. Very good. Abraham wanted the smoke. Yeah, he did. He went up against, who was it? Tarkowski? Yeah. He was like, "Oi, Frank, won it you? Get in a bit." Blues fans TV, pick up Jamaica. Pick up yourself, bro. Pick up yourself. Man progressed the ball well today. Our final product was off. Yeah, I agree. But that's an issue we've had all along, really. That our final product is kind of off, honestly. I think that's kind of an issue. Honestly, I really think if Tuchel was here at the start, we could have been first, second. Well, you never know. We might not have gotten the same players had Tuchel been in charge. You never know. Let's smash Spurs. That's what I want to see. We're winning the league. Doubt that. But, you know, we'll see. Chilwell lost his place today. Nah. He's much better. People need to relax, honestly. Our match versus Tottenham will be a big test. Yes, it will. It absolutely will. Even if Spurs aren't in particularly great form either. Let's see if they beat Brighton today. Werner just needs to practice putting them low crosses in the back of the net in training. Well, I'm sure he is doing that, but, you know, it's not working. I hope people don't hype Cho at right wing back because we haven't played a proper attacking team that won't allow Cho time. I don't think that personally makes a difference because we still have a back four behind him. So our formation isn't a full clear on 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-2-1. It's not fully clear like that. Along the left side, it's certainly more defensive than Hudson-Odoi on the right side. He basically just plays like a proper right mid. You know, a really wide right-sided midfielder. He doesn't play like a right wing-back. It's kind of wrong to call him a right wing-back. But in terms of how to define a formation, you have to. Otherwise, you can't really explain the formation. I don't know what my hair is doing today, but oh well. You know, it's locked up. You know, what can you do? TS monster performance. Thiago Silva, yeah, was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Strange how Sarri and Tuchel have been able to get good defensive performances out of the likes of Georgie, Alonso, Azpilicueta, but on the Lampard, we were slipping from every attack. I mean, relax on the Alonso thing. We played solid today, but we need to execute the chances we get up the Blues. Yeah, I completely agree, Thompson, sorry. If we beat Spurs, we're back in the top 4 race. We're already back in the top 4 race. How do you rate this match? Or do you want me to give a match rating? Why not? Go on then. And then we'll do quick player ratings and then we'll leave it at that, all right? So let me say, match today, I will give it a 7. I will give it a 7. We were very good. but didn't take all of our chances. I would give it a 7. Mendy, I would give a 6 because he had nothing to do and made one small mistake. Aspi, I would give a 7 because mistakes, a couple of them small ones, but got scored. Thiago Silva, an 8. Rudiger, 6.5, 7. Jorginho and Kovacic, I would both give an 8. Hudson-Odoi, I would give a 9. Alonso, I would give a 7. Mount, I would give an 8. Werner, I would give a 5. And Abraham, I would probably give a 4. Yeah, that seems fair. And Reece James, when he came on, I would give a 7 to. Pulisic, I would give a 6 or 7 to 6 to. No, a 7 because he got the assist in the. And then Havertz wasn't really quite on the pitch for long enough, in my personal opinion. But will you do a live stream on your channel today or tomorrow? I think tomorrow, Yusuf. I might see if Lewis is still live by the time I finish this. I might hop on his quick. So if you want to check that out, do that. But yeah, probably back on there tomorrow with Alex Goldberg. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to my personal channel. Link is in the title. Just click on my name if it's still there. I'm not sure if anyone might have changed it, but if it's still there, just do that. That'd be massively appreciated. And, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, Alex Goldberg should be joining me on my channel tomorrow, which, in my opinion, will be brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. So, get involved with that. Subscribe to my personal channel if you haven't already. Smash the like button on this video if you want to make me even happier, if you want to push this video out to more people. And subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Again, shout out to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Download the app with the link down in the description. But yeah, to be honest, guys, that has kind of been it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you when I see you.